open the show saying, "See you, we see you."
We see. I love that saying.
We are here.
I love that saying.
In largest part because this man is here.
Thank you, sir.
And we love him and we appreciate him.
Thank you.
And he's been interviewed to death for all the right reasons. But we appreciate you taking the time to join us here today for a few minutes of your time. And my first question is simply, do you ever look around at all this and say, I'm just amazed by what has happened so quickly here?
No, not quickly. I look around and say, I'm thankful for, look at the ethnicity and look at the unity. Look at the love. Look at the compassion. Look at the care. And it's not white, black, Hispanic, Asian. It's just see you. It's just like you said, see you, we see you. And that's what God wanted us to do, to unify one another. We ain't tripping about nothing crazy. We just want to see some good football, and that's what we want to provide for you.
Well, I get it. Love that.
We were just talking about it, Time. And, you know, I was talking about how good people affect an area, better affect a state, but the great affect regions and a region, and the effect that you've had on this region. Talk about that, man. Talk about that.
We don't aim for that. We just want to continue to be who we are. We're looking for smart, tough, fast, disciplined kids with character. I just got on some of the kids about their grades, you know, because, you know, I believe 85% are not going pro now, 15% are. So I got to really challenge that 85% to make a difference in this country and your home and all of that. So they're going to do some gases right after practice today if you bring an F in there. But I love what I do, and I do what I love. And this is a calling. This is not a coaching assignment. This is a calling, and I love it, and I live in it every moment. And it's not a day that I've waken up and said, I don't feel like going to work, Key. I mean, I'm looking at this saying, oh, my God, do you see these mountains? Do you see this? Oh, my God, you chose me for all of this. Thank you, Jesus. I love it 100%. And that's the way I attack it every day.
I'm sitting here, man, and I don't even know what to say. And the reason I don't know what to say is because I didn't anticipate him coming. He wasn't on our rundown, right? And I didn't even think about it. And you, obviously, Michael put it together to pull him away for a minute.
Yeah.
But it takes me back to 1996, in my NFL draft. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, my draft party. I didn't know he was coming to my draft party. All of a sudden, I was summoned to his office at my draft party to talk to Deion and give me sound advice on what to expect at the next level.
Talk to that. Talk to that.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, this takes me all the way back to 1996.
But you matter. Like, things that matter to me matters to us. It should matter to everyone.
But at that time, Deion, look, at that time, and I'm sitting here now, at that time, Deion Sanders, Keyshawn Johnson.
Right.
He damn Deion Sanders. This is the dude that took the helicopter from a baseball game to go play in a football game. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking about that time and that conversation that we had.
Yes, sir.
Sitting in what I call his office at my draft party to talk to me like he talks to these kids now about the bigger picture of life outside of just football. And that still registers in my mind. So to hear you talk about the educational side of things, because most coaches, when they recruit these kids and they have these kids, if you graduate, you graduate. I'm just trying to get a championship. That clearly isn't the message coming out of their building and the coaching staff, which is key.
And that's why, and I want to ask about this, that's why when we talked about it, and we were just talking about how some coaches are feeling, well, he didn't pay his dues. I said, that's not what we were just talking about. I said, because
you better get me mad.
I want to ask you about that. I want to ask you about that because, see, I said that's not true. Deion has been helping people all his life. All his life. That's all he does. He's
Mike, we used to go to the nursing homes on Tuesday. South Dallas nursing home on Tuesday.
You made me go with it. Let's be real.
But when you got there, you enjoyed it.
When he got to Dallas, he said, hey, you're going with me on Tuesdays to see the nursing home. I said, damn, I'm recovering on Tuesday. He said, no, you're going with me. And we did, and we had a great time. And that's what I mean. You do it all the time. This is who you are. It's not what you're doing. So does it bother you when you hear people say you don't pay your dues?
No, it really, what bothers me is they can't help but expose themselves. And I got love for everybody. I don't talk about nobody, Mike. Even when some of the tractors saying he's a big mouth and he's doing whatever I said. I promote my team. I promote my young men. I promote the coaches in our facility and our system and everything that we have and everything that encompasses that. I never spoke negative about anyone in my life. I don't believe in that. I don't condone that. What God has me is for me. It doesn't make me sit up high to put you down low. It don't do that. So I can't fathom why y'all keep doing this every week. And the thing that I love the most, it's not the kids.
Yeah.
It's not the kids. It's some of the coaches, but it's not the kids. So you keep on, because the more you talking about me, that kid is, let me go find out what's over there that they don't like.
Do you feel like, Prime, do you feel like the coaches are coaching to beat Colorado football team, or coaching to beat you?
Both. But and they should. I don't blame them for that. They should be, and they did a good job of it last week, and we're going to try to prevent that this week drastically. But we know what we have, we know where we need to go, and we're going to get there. I promise you that we're going to get there.
Well, even Keyshawn was told after your Oregon game that a number of coaches were trying to call the Oregon staff to help them.
That
right?
happens.
Okay.
I mean, that happens with us as well. I mean, coaches call us to try to assist us as well. So that's two-sided. It may be not at that.
It was a different level. It wasn't exchanging tape. It was, we need you to stop this.
But you can't stop what God has ordained. You can't stop. Like the numbers, the media, the sales, the apparel, the this, the that. You can't stop all this. I mean, this is something that has been blessed and has been kissed and said, all right, well done. That's all I want. At the end of every day, I want to hear, well done, my faithful servant. That's what I want. And I want to see these guys smiling. I want to see these guys change. I want to see these men come to fruition. I want to see fathers, not baby daddies. I want to see some real things change in the communities as well, just like how we see things right here.
Yeah, man, there's so much in that.
What you think so tomorrow? What you
so
think?
Much in that.
What do you think your toughest challenge tomorrow is going to be?
Everybody got to do their job individually, then collectively. Let's quit worrying about that. On the other side, just do your job. Do your job and win your personal matchup.
Yes.
Let's win your personal matchup. Once we win our personal matchup, then we can think about collectively.
Right.
But you got a responsibility to win your personal matchup, whoever that is. And, we play better when we make it personal for some type of reasons. So they got to figure out how to make some things personal in life, and it has to be a personal battle. That's why you. That's why you. That's why you guys are you guys. Because you take something in life and you make it personal, and then you thrive and you overcome it and you achieve it because you first believed it. And I love that. So these guys got to learn to take this stuff personal, because time is of the essence, man. We're probably gonna have 15 million people watching this game tomorrow. Just one or two plays could catapult you out to and secure your family for the rest of their darn life. Just a moment. So you got to take advantage of that moment, because you never know when it's going to come.
Dan, I talked about this earlier, man. We talked so much about the success of the program over the last few weeks that nobody really talked about how much pressure that must be on those kids in that locker room. And they played 3 great games, and then last week I think a lot of the pressure and everything just kind of came down to them.
That's the problem, man.
Right.
We don't receive pressure.
Right.
We're supposed to apply pressure.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
We shouldn't be receiving pressure. Let's apply pressure. That's the way we got to go about it. You applied pressure, right?
Did he?
You applied pressure.
So that's what you addressed.
That's right. That's right. We don't sit back and we get hit. We hit. We swing first because we know it's going down. We get you to come out there with the 1 foot back already, ready to let it go.
Right.
That's how we got the function, because we're not just hunting. We've been hunted. So when you hunt, you got to go get it. You got to go get it. And I love that we have a multitude of guys that are going to go get it. And I know the areas that we need to improve on, that we're going to get the guys that's going to go get it.
I mean, Tom, let me just ask this before I want to ask something about what we saw with Travis Hunter. And we're going to talk about that later, because I thought that was a beautiful gesture. And I can hear him talking like I've heard you talk when I saw that whole situation. Talk to that, Travis Hunter. How did that? Do you know?
I have no idea
how did that come about.
I have no idea how that came about. All I know, Travis Hunter, first of all, he wanted to play this week. You're not playing.
Yeah, I saw that.
He wanted to play, but that's who he is. But Travis is a guy that understands the bigger picture. And if he doesn't, he comes to me and we talk about it. And I had nothing to do with that. That was all
So he didn't talk to you about taking black bowling and anything?
No, and I love it because honestly, that's who he is. You talk about the kindest, nicest kid, no smoking, no drinking. All he wanted to do was spend time with his girlfriend and fish and put on that onesie and get on.
That sounds like somebody I know, right? That sounds just like somebody I know, right?
That's who he is. I mean, you don't worry about his grades. You don't worry about his conditioning. He's a really good kid. He's a great young man that wants to just rescue his family for the rest of their lives. So when I saw that, when I read that, I was like, wow, now that is wonderful.
Yeah, for those who didn't see, Henry Blackburn, who hit him a little late, we thought it was a cheap shot. You can go back and forth. But it knocked Travis out for X number of weeks with a lacerated liver. And then we all read that, they're hanging out together now. And they're
after
going
he got
bold.
death threats. After he got death threats.
And you stood up immediately and said, no more death threats.
Right, this is a game, man. That's a kid.
Right.
Most of us out here have kids. Some of us even brought our kids, like the little homie back in. Like, come on, man. We giving death threats because of a game? Is it that serious? It's no. We live to see another day, and live to see another play. It was just very unfortunate, but the kid made a mistake. How many mistakes have we made as adults? Are we going to ostracize a child, a young man, doing the best that he can do? God bless him. I pray for him, and I'm thankful that they came together. That was such a beautiful thing. That's what this is all about.
That's what football's about. And Travis said that in the piece. He said that's what football's about. It gives you an opportunity and a stage, and we can make a difference by showing people the kind of people we are. And I just thought that was beautiful.
It was. Beautiful. It really was.
I'm conflicted. I got my SC gear on, man.
Well, you can take it off. You can take it off. We got shirt. We have apparel for you.
I'm saying I gotta be the Don King, right? I gotta be right now. If we win, hey man, they are being there.
That Don King right there.
Oh man, I'm so conflicted, man. This is a tough one. It's a tough one for me because of how I feel about him and what he's done in the program. And one of my longtime friends and mentors is Dennis Thurman on his staff.
Yes.
So, it's just like, it's tough, man. Oh, it's tough.
You know what I would like to see, though? I really would like to see, I want to see a great game. Right. Yeah, of course I want to win. But I really want us to protect, too.
That's what I'm about to ask you about.
I want you to see this.
How much better do you think that protection will be?
It's got to be. It's got to be better. Yeah, it's better be better. You're going to see me throw that headset as far as I can on the sideline.
Now, that's your quarterback. But that's also your son.
True.
Taking those hits.
Right.
Now,
So I'm
what is
conflicted.
that like?
Like Keyshawn said, I'm conflicted like, whoa. As a coach, you said, hey. But then the dad, you said, hey.
Both of them been there.
Right.
Both of them been there.
So Shadur has been sacked more than anybody in college football.
Wow.
And your running game is dead last in college football. That is a not good combination.
That's the attitude and that's the choice. That's the attitude and the choice we got to make to do better. Just think if you just take half those sacks away and make those half completions. I mean, the kid is still at, I think, they're at 78%.
78%
with all these sacks. So could you understand what it would really be like? And we're missing one of his favorite targets in Travis. We're missing several guys in the secondary as well. So we really, that's why I could smile, because we're 3-1 and we're upset about it. We're 3-1 and we mad. We're 3-1 and we can't stand it. Like we gritting our teeth at 3-1. Do you understand? That's just like you got, two Lamborghinis in the driveway and you walk out there mad and say, dang, which one of them ain't washed? Which one am I take today? Like that's the attitude, because we want it all. We don't want to just settle with a little bit, and we're upset about how we're playing, and we got to improve right now. Let
me ask you this though, Prime. So from week 1 to the Oregon week, the penalties continue to increase.
That's right.
How did you address, especially after some unnecessary stuff in the Oregon game, how did you address that with the team?
With discipline. First of all, it's going to be discipline for penalties in games. We don't just let that slide. We don't just let that ride. You're going to understand. We understand that there's going to be consequences for that. But you got to improve. We have officials at practice that I tell, hey, man, get the flag out your pocket. Let it be.
Right.
Let it be. Throw it. If it's throw it. Let's do it. But that comes from practice. If you have a lackadaisical effort in practice, you're going to have a lackadaisical effort in the game. It ain't no light switch. I checked all the walls in Oregon. There weren't no switches you hit on, and it turns you on too. So these guys got to practice their performance. And a lot of young men don't understand that yet. And we got to get those like-minded men that understands this all starts in practice.
I also appreciated what you said this week about Cormani McClain, who is a really talented kid, top corner recruit in the country. And you just flat out said, well, he's not preparing himself to play football. He's not on time for the meetings. He's not putting in the time on his computer at night. And I appreciated it because it's hard to talk to a kid like that when he's so valuable to your program, but you're just saying, no, that's, as you said, that's not you.
You can't have value to our program unless you show value to our program. And you can't tell me you want to be the best and you're not preparing to be the best. That's just not commodity. That's kids all over the country. See, the thing that registered with us, we had those hard-nosed, tough coaches that we loved. They made us who we are. And I'd be darned if I'm going to flip it and turn into something that I didn't grow up with. Like, I'm sitting here today because of the Dave Capels, of the Ron Hoovers, of the Mickey Andrews, and so forth. That's why I'm here. And I'm still old school, not an old fool. I'm still old school, and I inhabit those principles, and I'm going to stand on them. And I'd be darned if I'm going to reward you for ignorance, and that's just not him. That's a multitude of players around the country.
But now there's this thing called the transfer portal, and these kids can say, okay, I'll go play for USC or whatever.
Yeah, we got a chair that's real comfortable and it has Porter on it. I'd be glad to get you in it. I will shoot a video for you and sell you all you want. Because if that's what you want, let's go.
Speaking of that portal,
I want who want us.
Right.
Yeah, I want who want us.
And speaking of that portal, you should have a lot of people coming that want you also to come and see you. You said that time, you said, listen, get me now. This is the best chance you're going to have. Now, tell people what you mean by that, and then I want to answer that. I want to ask this: how long do you think it will take?
I don't have a timetable on it, but I said the same thing in Jackson, Mississippi. Like, everything that we're doing has been done already. God has already showed us the blueprint. So what I mean by that is I know where my weaknesses are. We know what we need, and we're not far away from that. And we know already half of that already has been secured. So you better get me now. Because I know when we put what we want out there on that field collectively and have a spring with them, it's going to be something to behold. It's going to be a challenge to run up and down the field on us without two Travis Hunters out there on the corners and, guys is going out there to go get it like Key used to go get it, like Playmaker went to go get it. Then the sounding voice like Skip. We recruiting everybody, all right? We know what we're about to bring to the table, and we're excited about it, but we still got to focus and keep the main thing the main thing. That's what I meant by that. You better get me now.
Get him now.
Yeah, get me now.
So what I appreciate the most about you is your faith.
Yes, sir.
And you have been upfront and out front about it from day one. I've been around a lot of people who speak it but don't walk it. They talk it but don't walk it. You come across to me as 1,000% legit in your relationship with your Lord. Could you speak to that here for us? Because I think it's everything you are, and it started back in the late 90s when you tried everything else and it failed.
Yes, sir.
And then you said you basically just got down on your knees and said, take me.
Right.
Because I am yours from this point forward.
Well, let me preface this by saying that I'm not perfect, but I'm present. So when God calls, and it could be in a crowd, I could hear his voice because I don't have no noise in my life. Again, I'm not perfect, but I'm present. But whenever he needs me, I'm available. Whenever he wants me, I'm there. Whenever he whispers, I can hear it soundly. And whenever he tells me that, I go do it. So it's no way that he's going to bless me privately and I'm not going to proclaim it publicly. That's the way we have a relationship. Is you give me something. Most of the time in this country, you give me something, I'm going to want something back. And that's how it is. God, you gave me this platform. Trust me, before they write the story, I'm gonna give you the glory because I'm gonna give it back to you. And a lot of people try to reach and seek perfection. There's no way. But I don't want you to practice the hypocrisy consistently and continuously. Just try your best, man. We got a bunch of kids out there trying their best. I could yell and scream and get mad at them all you want. All I ask for is your best. You don't have to be the best, but give me your best. And that's what I try to do every day. I try to give God my best. I do. And sometimes I fall short. Sometimes I get upset with myself because I could have handled something a little different. But I'm going to oftentimes give it my absolute best.
Do you realize how deeply you have touched this man's life.
Yeah.
Maybe even saved his life.
My life.
Maybe saved his life.
Yeah. That man has touched my life in more ways. You don't understand. Like, you got to understand, when I was going through my transformation and everything, it was like, locker room was like this, and I would go to him. Mike, we going to go to church Bible study on Wednesday. I need you to get the other side.
Yeah.
I got him.
We're coming.
And they coming. We're coming deep.
We're coming.
Coming deep. So he always handled his, and then he messed around and fell in love with the same thing. So I absolutely love that.
Yeah, but time did bring me in, but time's been everything. Let me tell you, and Warren Sapp and I was talking about this the other day, because we've been getting some hit back from Miami, and Sapp said it. Sapp's like, man, I don't want to hear it. And I said, Sapp said, man, listen, you tell him this. That man without blemish walks in any room with us with all the blemishes on us. You know what I mean? And Deion, listen, when I retired and I had a situation, Deion was on TV and my situation went bad. You know what Deion did? He said, hey, listen, man, let me help you get back in TV. He traveled with me. We went and had meetings with BET. We were trying to put a show together.
Right.
We were in these conference meeting rooms with execs. And they were, at Time and I, we were off the hip on it trying to put a show together, because Time was trying to help me get back in the business. Yeah. And that dude in that room said, okay, what's your long-term goals? And we were like, oh, man,
we on the short term right now. Long-term goal.
Time was like, bro, I'm just trying to get my boy back in the business.
But let me tell you something about him. Let me tell you something about this guy, too.
With everybody, he helps everybody.
When I started doing television, and I didn't have no reference, because I thought I was too honest to do TV. You know how it is. First of all, I'm too honest. I'm going to tell the truth. He came over to my house. We went in my office. He set papers up on the walls at different places. He said, these are your cameras. So when you talk to me, make sure you go back to your main camera. Darn it, I'm getting emotional. This man did that for me. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. And he wanted me to be the best and prepared me for this next level of my life. That's friendship, man. No matter what goes on, that's friendship, and that's one of the reasons whenever he calls, I'm picking it up on the first ring, because I love him, man. I love you, my brother.
I love you too, man. I love you too. I appreciate you saying that.
This is real.
Oh, yeah.
This is
100% real.
This is as real as you get.
100% real.
Look.
Yeah, I might have to wear all black tomorrow. I'm sorry. I might have to wear all black tomorrow.
Yeah, we had some great times.
Yeah.
Lord, they know
he was like, what suit should I wear, man? I said, time, listen. I said, they're hiring Deion Sanders. You were Deion Sanders.
He did.
That's what you
did. You did that.
You be yourself. And that was, I didn't think, I look back at it now. That was the beginning of Time coming out. And I just said it because it's real. I said, man, you always be yourself. He said, I'm always be that. And now I look back and I'm thinking, wow. Man, just you've always been yourself, and it has become this, man. I'm just proud of you, man.
Thank you, sir.
And I love
It's
you.
only one Deion, so don't try to duplicate it. Other coaches ain't gonna work.
No, ain't gonna work.
Not gonna work.
Yeah.
We love you. We appreciate your time. We're gonna leave it right here with this, because we can't do a whole lot better than this, because that's as real as it gets right there.
Skip, hold on for 1 second.
Right.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Because you get heat oftentimes.
I do.
But you've given a lot of us opportunities that people look past and they don't understand, they don't recognize. And none of us are perfect. But you have given us, y'all know darn well what I'm talking about, so many opportunities, man. And I appreciate you for that, boss. Straight up, Skip.
Thank you.
You're a good man, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you for that. Thank you. All right.
That's your love.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.